Science fiction often warns us about the dangers of tinkering with time. Super Time Force couldn't care less. The game assumes a hilariously cavalier attitude about the rights and wrongs of fiddling with history, sending up every sci-fi time travel trope in the book. The moment Dr. Repitsky cracks the conundrum of time travel, late 1980s America becomes a hellscape overrun by angry robots. But rather than undoing his work and setting time right again, Repitsky and his Super Time Force harness the power of time travel in pursuit of the most frivolous goals imaginable. One mission has you venturing to the year 673 to steal the Holy Grail just to save a chain of medieval-themed restaurants. Another has the team venturing into the 31st century so that Repitsky can get all the browser updates and plugins he needs to watch funny cat videos. There's a twisted glee in hopping through time, not in the name of justice or saving humanity, but just to serve the whims of one man. Your missions in Super Time Force play out like stages from run-and-gun shooters, but the members of the Force have one trick up their sleeves that Bill and Lance of Contra could only dream of. At any time, you can stop the action and rewind it, then spawn into the level as another character or as another copy of the same character you were already controlling. This doesn't erase what you did previously, instead you fight alongside yourself. Manipulating time to adapt to the challenges you encounter in a stage is usually an enjoyable process. You might use the heavy artillery of Jean Rambois to advance, get killed by an enemy explosive, then rewind the action and switch to sharpshooter Amy McKillen, whose charge shot can pass through objects, using her to eliminate the enemy before he even has a chance to toss the explosive in the first place, preventing Rambois from dying. When you save a character like this, you can collect his or her essence, giving your current character another point of health and the offensive capabilities of the character you rescued. The action has the frantic, shoot-anything-that-moves fun common to good side-scrolling shooters, and the level design is inventive and entertaining throughout, tossing you into an ancient theme park, a Road Warrior-esque post-apocalypse, and the brains of a computer filled with awful websites from the GeoCities era. The abilities of the members of the Super Time Force are varied and complement each other nicely. The aptly named Shieldy Blockerson can protect his teammates, for instance, and Zachosaurus, well, Zachosaurus is a skateboarding dinosaur, which is just cool. But it's the time manipulation mechanic that sets Super Time Force apart. Not entirely unlike the joy of teaming up with friends to overwhelm enemies in a multiplayer game, there's a strange sense of camaraderie and cooperation with yourself in Super Time Force as you see one character, you from a minute ago, gunning down one enemy while you take control of another character to eliminate another foe. But not every scenario is so enjoyable. Particularly during boss fights, the game relies too heavily on the time manipulation mechanic. Time is short, so you need to whittle down the health of bosses as quickly as possible. So you rewind the action and layer more members of the Super Time Force into the landscape until there are enough of them firing enough bullets at the boss to defeat it before time runs out. In these situations, you might spend more time rewinding the action than experiencing it. And placing more and more characters into the environment becomes not so much a matter of intelligently adapting to the challenges before you, but of employing sheer brute force. Your victories don't require much thought or skill, so they aren't rewarding. But that's a minor gripe with a really funny game that puts an innovative twist on the side-scrolling shooter. In his classic story, A Sound of Thunder, Ray Bradbury warned us that even killing a butterfly that lived millions of years ago might have devastating effects on the present. Super Time Force responds to such concerns with a gleeful, "Who cares? Toying with time is too much fun to worry about the consequences."